It was a dark night in 1580 when, somewhere in Puerto Rico, Sarmiento, an astronomer, a mathematician, an explorer, and the first European to step on the Pacific, anchored his ship to observe something he saw in the sky. He describes the experience as: "Tonight we saw a round thing appear, reddish like a fire, like a shield, that rose up into the sky on the wind." This was mentioned in the article "The First Recorded Aurora Australis," which was written by John Simpson. Sarmiento at that time was experiencing and looking at the beautiful phenomena of aurora. Aurora, which we also know as northern lights or polar lights. It is a beautiful display of light that occurs on the sky. It could be of any color from red to green, but mostly green in color. And this phenomena occurs at places which are near towards either the North Pole or towards the South Pole. I have been a very curious kid and have been annoying my parents from my curious questions, and this curiosity leads me towards being an astronomical enthusiast, and this is one of the reasons that I'm talking about aurora today. And I have been researching on this topic and educating myself since last 3 years. This speech covers the mystery behind this beautiful aurora and a little background of it, how it is formed, what is its effect on Earth. And there is one more exciting fact which I'm going to reveal at the end of the speech. So let's begin from the background. In 1585, as you already know, that it was the first time when we find in Sarmiento Journal that the experience of aurora was recorded and written. After that, quoting Eric Betts, in 1816, I'll correct myself here, in 1619, Galileo coined the term Aurora Borealis after the name of Roman goddess Aurora. In 1859, we discovered that aurora is a scientific concept. And later in 1880s, we were able to give the actual description that how aurora is formed. Wrapping up from the background and moving towards to the interesting fact that how aurora is formed. So there are only 3 factors that should occur line by line in order to form the aurora. So the first thing is the solar particles that are moving from sun towards the earth. In the article, in words of Eric Betts, Earth is a giant ball of magnet with 2 poles. So Earth have a magnetic field around it, as we all know about that. And the solar particles that are coming towards the Earth disturb this magnetic field. This is the second factor. In the article, differentiating diffuse aurora based on phenomenology, the immediate cause of aurora is the precipitation of electrons and protons into the atmosphere. In easier words, the solar particles that were coming from sun towards the earth, they disturbed the magnetic field, made their way into the atmosphere of earth, and reacted with the atmosphere. And that caused the beautiful aurora. The reason that aurora are usually formed either on the northern side or on the southern side is on the southern pole is because the magnetic field on those poles is weaker as compared to the rest of the earth. That's why aurora occurs farther from the equator. Equator is the center line on the Earth. So after exploring these three interesting factors due to which aurora can occur, the concerning part comes when the magnetic field of Earth is disturbed. So what happens when the magnetic field of Earth is disturbed, and how that affects the auroras affects our Earth? So every time the magnetic field disturbed, it recreates itself. But every time it recreates itself, it's weaker from the first time. And that can be a little concerning. So, and the reason is that that can cause the other cosmic rays from the rest of the universe to enter into the Earth, which is not good for Earth. We don't want cosmic rays. Being that, the last thing that I promised that I will reveal the interesting fact about aurora, that is that Earth is not the only planet that experiences aurora. According to the article, response of Jupiter and Saturn's auroral activity to solar wind, aurora can also occur in planets like Jupiter and Saturn. I was dumbfounded to know that, and I realized that the more we know, we feel that we are less aware of nature and we're less aware of the scientific phenomena that occur around us. Lastly, summarizing the entire speech, we covered the background. In 1880s was the time when we were able to find out that how actually aurora are formed. And they are formed because of the solar particles coming from sun towards the Earth, disturbing the magnetic field, reacting with the atmosphere, and creating the beautiful aurora. But that can be destructive because they can also allow the cosmic rays to enter Earth. Last but not the least, Earth is not the only planet that experiences the appearance of aurora. I hope you would have enjoyed this speech, and I was able to provide you some interesting facts about aurora. Lastly, I would like to quote Albert Einstein that nature conceals her mystery by her essential grandeurs. Thank you.